There's a quiet exodus happening, a wave of Black women choosing peace over pressure, purpose over pain, and huge pay cuts to have a richer quality of life. This isn't just about travel, it's about reclaiming, healing, and choosing ourselves. Let me tell you why Black women are leaving the US, and I'm one of them. Hi, I'm Kendra, and this is my channel, Kendra Connects. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. Now listen, for the sake of time, I'm only going to list a few of the reasons I believe Black women are leaving the US based on the research I've seen, and then also the women that I've seen leave successfully and live a better quality life in other countries. Without further ado, here's number one: workplace disrespect and burnout. I know. Don't give me the eye roll just yet. Hear me out. I'm pretty sure you've heard this before, but it is true. The stats don't lie. According to the stats, Black women are the only group who face the largest amount of workplace microaggressions, disrespect, burnout, and also less than what they deserve in pay. Now, listen, throughout my career, from the time I graduated college up until the point where I am now, I've experienced that disrespect when it came to the pay. Oftentimes, I would be at a job where the boss above me actually was way less qualified, but because they knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, they had that position and were making more. And oftentimes, you'll find that when somebody is your boss and you are more qualified than they will absolutely wear you out with their insecurities. And a lot of the times, the people who are above me were people who are not of my color. And so what I found to be the greatest disappointment is there's no one there that ever listens to us. You can go report it to HR, you can do the best you can, but we have to be the unfortunate ones to keep shifting our jobs to find a moment of peace before jealousy and racism raises ugly head in the new location. I think when it comes to the burnout piece, we get tired of having to shift our career, shift our focus, and not have peace just to simply make money to earn a living to take care of our basic needs. I think what did it for me the most when it came to workplace burnout is that I worked at a facility not too long ago, about last year, and there was a woman who worked in facilities and she was in her 60s and she was 2 weeks away from retiring. I absolutely adored her. She was wonderful. She was helping her daughter take care of her grandkids because she actually had some health concerns herself. And 2 weeks shy of her retirement, she passed away unexpectedly. And right after that, they said there's always like 2 to 6 degrees of separation. Someone who had worked with us previously had a friend also who was shy of retirement, and then she passed away before she could ever receive retirement. That's the going game in this country as a whole. They don't want us to have a quality of life while we're younger, and they surely don't want us to reach the point so we can get retirement. So we are deciding at this point there are no silver linings. There's no rainbow at the end of the tunnel when it comes to the workplace here. So why not just leave, go somewhere where I can take a lower pay salary and live a higher quality of life as opposed to what we're facing here in this country. Number two, safety and mental health. That's right, mental health is the thing amongst Black people. Since we are the strong ones, it is considered taboo for Black women to actually have something going on with them mentally. That is the biggest lie out there. There is so much pressure on Black women, it's not even funny. We have to be perfect. We have to be quiet. We're undesired. We're desired. Our hair this, our looks that. We breathe this, we breathe that. Even the people that look like us, who we think are supposed to love and protect us, they're attacking us too just for clicks and views. So yes, mental health is a huge reason why women are choosing to leave the US. We're tired. We are tired. Every time you click a video on TikTok, I just got a question for Black women. Go ask your mammy. Leave us alone. We are tired. Leave us be. Now also, when it comes to the stats, Black women face the highest amount of health issues related to stress. Let's not talk about how the medical field is not designed for us, honey. We are the most ignored and the most tortured when we go to the doctor's office. How many women have you heard say, I went to the doctor 4 times, told them what was wrong with me, and nothing ever happened. Then I switched doctors, especially a doctor who looked like us, and they found that issue immediately. The United States has made it so to where it seems as if Black women are supposed to just tolerate all kind of issues in our bodies, and we're just supposed to ignore it and keep it pushing. We are human beings and we deserve to be cared for as well. And there have been women who have left this country, had babies in other countries, and said it's the most beautiful experience they've ever had. They've had a child here, and then they've had a child elsewhere, and they choose elsewhere 1,000 times over. Number 3, a desire for joy and peace. Who doesn't want peace? Who doesn't want to go out and just live the life on the land in which our Father provided us? There's no reason we should have to live in a state of fight or flight or hustle every day of our lives. That is the biggest joke. That is the biggest lie that has been sold to us, is that if we don't keep hustling, then we aren't valued. We aren't nothing. We are not unbreakable. We can break. Our bodies can break down. Our minds can break down. Everything can go wrong because we're simply not living and existing in the peaceful world in which He desired for us to have. You know, I've seen quite a few of my sisters out there in the country just simply deciding sometimes, I woke up this morning, paid $80 for a flight, and I'm on my way to Malaysia just because it's Tuesday. How great is that, to be able to just get up and go because you can? You don't have to worry about clocking on somebody's schedule. You don't have to worry about putting in a leave request and hope that they don't cancel it and you've already booked your ticket. You don't have to worry about walking away from the job because you're tired of not being able to get a break. You just simply can be. Doesn't that sound wonderful? A life where you can just simply be. So yes, we just want peace and joy. Number 4, a spiritual calling. That's right. Sometimes there was no plan in the making at all for you to move, and then simply you just get a whisper that says it's time for you to go. And that's where I sit. That's the category in which I lie. So as far as my immediate family concerned, there's not many of us who have always been in a little cluster, but I've not known any one of them to have lived outside of the country. It was never even a plan on my mind to live outside of the country. I could have taken that opportunity when I was in college to do study abroad, but like I said, it was never something that I desired to do. So when I heard the whisper 2 years ago to start looking into moving outside of the country, I ignored it. I thought, yeah, I have an attitude about that old job. I have an attitude with this person. I'm cutting people all left or right. It's just me being emotional right now. I ignore it. But then I started to see videos surface that I'd never seen before of other Black women who had left the country and who were very successful and so happy. Even their health had improved. Had one family who had left because the mother had cancer, but when she moved to another country, the healing powers of the food alone over there shifted her diagnosis and she didn't need treatments anymore. And so when I got, recently I got a stronger urge to keep going and keep pushing and to start moving towards moving outside of the country. I often, suppress a lot of the things that have gone through into my life because as a Black woman, like I said, we were told that we just had to keep pushing through and keep going. And the further you go in life, then your moment of peace will come. But then we realized that peace never came. There were several instances in my life that I dealt with an unjust system here in this country. In early high school, I unfortunately witnessed police brutality against one of my family members, someone that I'm very close to. It's a traumatizing experience when you're so young and you can't defend your loved one against somebody who is supposed to be the law. Through much prayer and then through God's grace and mercy, she was able to overcome that circumstance. And the only thing that they did to the officer was sit him at a desk job. He didn't lose his job for using excessive force. We've seen that time and time again. And then I myself ended up having to deal with an unjust system where I had to fight over 14 years of my life for freedom. That story is not for this video, but it's coming up at some point because that one too is still to be finished. But I'm just grateful that after all of that, he whispered to me and said that you can go. So I have plenty of exploring out here to do in the world. And not only that, I do believe that my spiritual reset will happen somewhere else. You can't heal in the place that hurt you. You can't heal surrounded by those who refuse to heal themselves. So I do believe he is separating me in order to get closer to him. Not only that, I do believe he's using me to be the first one to step and break ground somewhere else. So if ever at any point he tells the rest of them to go, I have already led the way, researched, and set a path for the rest of them. I do hope that you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. Once again, this is Kendra Connects, and I thank you. Now, if at any point that you feel I've missed something in this video, please leave it in a comment down below of why you think Black women are leaving the US, and I'll see you next time. Thanks.